In chemistry, there is a concept called a delicate equilibrium. You can mix a dozen complex compounds together, and they will hold a perfect, beautiful balance. But if you change just one variable, if you adjust the pH by a fraction of a percent, or swap a single preservative, that beautiful balance collapses. It doesn't happen instantly, it takes time, but the reaction is absolutely inevitable. I spent 10 years learning how to build these fragile equilibriums. I just didn't realize I would have to use them to destroy my own wife's empire. My name is Julian. I'm 36 years old, and I am a cosmetic chemist. 4 years ago, I married Chloe. Chloe was a beauty influencer with a massive social media following, but she wanted to transition from doing makeup tutorials to owning a legitimate brand. She had the audience, but she needed a product that actually worked. So I built her one. I spent 2 years in my private lab formulating a revolutionary anti-aging peptide serum. It was lightweight, highly effective, and completely unique. We launched the brand together. I was the chief scientific officer, managing the lab and the supply chain. Chloe was the CEO and the glowing face of the company. The serum was a massive hit. We sold out of our first 3 production runs in minutes. We were making millions. I was thrilled to see her dream come true. But as the brand scaled up, Chloe's ego scaled with it. And soon, she decided she didn't want to share the spotlight with a guy in a lab coat.
The shift happened when a massive multinational cosmetics conglomerate reached out to us for a potential acquisition. Chloe started taking endless meetings with their vice president of acquisitions, a guy named Sterling. Sterling was 45, wore custom Tom Ford suits, and had the sleek, polished arrogance of a guy who buys other people's hard work for a living. Suddenly, Chloe was spending all her time in Los Angeles, having power lunches with Sterling. The red flags started appearing in the boardroom and at home. First, the marginalization. Chloe started physically locking me out of executive meetings. "Julian, you're just too technical," she would say, waving her hand dismissively. "Sterling and I are talking about global market synergy. You just focus on mixing the chemicals. Leave the business to the adults." Second, the passwords. Our brand's proprietary formulas were kept on a highly secure, encrypted server that only I had the master admin rights to. Chloe demanded I give her the master password, claiming the conglomerate's legal team needed it for preliminary due diligence. Third, the hostility. She stopped wearing her wedding ring to industry events. When I tried to kiss her, she turned her cheek, claiming she didn't want me to mess up her makeup. I am a scientist. When the data changes, you run a diagnostic.
I didn't give her the master password. Instead, I set up a mirrored shadow drive on our server. I gave her access to the mirror, which allowed me to track exactly what files were being downloaded and by whom. 2 days later, my system alerted me to a massive data pull. Someone at an IP address registered to Sterling's corporate headquarters had downloaded the complete, raw chemical blueprint for my peptide serum. I used a simple keylogger on Chloe's home laptop to see what she was doing. I opened her encrypted WhatsApp desktop client. The chat thread with Sterling was a textbook case of corporate espionage and infidelity. They had been sleeping together for 5 months, but the affair was just a bonus. The real goal was stealing my life's work. Sterling wrote, "The conglomerate's chemists verified the formula from the download. It's brilliant. If we launch this globally under our luxury umbrella, it will generate $50 million in the first year. Have you forced him into the buyout yet?" Chloe replied, "My lawyer sent the papers today. He's going to sign his 50% equity over for $500,000. He's just a lab rat. He has no idea what the company is actually worth. Once he signs, you and I take the formula, mass produce it in China, and I file for divorce. I can't wait to be your wife and rule the beauty industry." I sat in my sterile, quiet lab, staring at the screen. My wife was sleeping with a corporate shark. They were conspiring to push me out of my own company for pennies, steal my proprietary formula, make tens of millions of dollars, and leave me with nothing. They thought I was just a lab rat, but they forgot that lab rats are the ones who survive the experiments.
If you want to poison a well, you don't make the water look dirty. You make it look perfectly clear. I didn't confront Chloe. If I yelled and sued her right then, Sterling's massive corporate legal team would drown me in paperwork, and they would still have the formula. I needed them to mass produce the product. I needed them to invest millions of their own dollars into it. I logged into the shadow drive that Sterling's chemists were accessing. The magic of my serum was a very specific, highly volatile botanical extract that required a precise ascorbic acid preservative to remain stable. I opened the master CAD file for the formula. I didn't delete the formula. I simply changed the decimal point on the preservative ratio by 0.05% and substituted a cheaper, widely used stabilizer. To a corporate chemist doing a quick review, it looked like a standard, cost-saving optimization. But I knew the chemistry. With that specific alteration, the serum would look perfect, smell perfect, and bottle perfectly. But exactly 14 days after the bottle was opened and exposed to oxygen and ambient bathroom heat, the formula would catastrophically oxidize. It would turn from a beautiful clear gel into a thick swamp green sludge that smelled exactly like rotting eggs. I saved the file. The next day, Chloe handed me the buyout agreement. She offered me $500,000 to walk away from the brand. "I think it's best if we part ways professionally, Julian," she said, trying to look sympathetic. "I agree, Chloe," I said. I signed the paperwork, took my $500,000, and walked out of the lab.
I took my $500,000 and immediately flew to a specialized patent attorney. Because I had the original, time-stamped lab notes for the correct formula, I officially patented the true chemical structure under an anonymous holding company. Meanwhile, Chloe and Sterling went into overdrive. With the conglomerate's backing, they poured $10 million into manufacturing, marketing, and distribution. They produced 500,000 units of the stolen, altered formula in a massive factory overseas. They launched a massive global ad campaign. Chloe was on billboards in Times Square. They sent PR packages to every major beauty influencer on YouTube and TikTok. The launch was a massive success. They sold out of all 500,000 units in the first week, generating over $30 million in revenue. Chloe was bragging on Instagram, standing next to Sterling, popping champagne on a yacht, calling herself a self-made beauty mogul. I sat in my new apartment, looked at the calendar, and circled the 14th day.
The reaction started slowly, and then it cascaded like an avalanche. 2 weeks after the products arrived at customers' houses, the oxidation timer ran out. The first video hit TikTok on a Tuesday. A massive beauty influencer with 5 million followers posted a video holding Chloe's beautiful glass bottle. "Guys, what is happening to this serum?" the influencer asked, looking disgusted. She pumped the serum onto her hand. Instead of clear liquid, a thick, chunky, neon green paste oozed out. "It smells like literal sulfur and dead fish. I put this on my face." Within 48 hours, the internet completely exploded. Thousands of videos flooded every platform. Customers were screaming. People were claiming the green sludge gave them chemical burns and rashes. The hashtag Chloe scam was trending worldwide. Sterling's corporate chemists panicked. They pulled the warehouse samples and realized the entire 500,000 unit batch was chemically destabilizing in real time. Chloe called me on Friday night. She was sobbing so hard she was hyperventilating. Julian, please, you have to help me. The formula's rotting. The company is doing a massive recall. People are suing us. How do we fix it? I listened to her panic, taking a sip of my coffee. You can't fix it, Chloe, I said calmly. It's a terminal oxidation cascade. It happens when you adjust the preservative ratio by 0.05%. Dead silence on the other end of the line. You knew? She whispered in sheer horror. I'm just a lab rat, Chloe, I replied smoothly. You and Sterling are the adults. Deal with it. I hung up the phone.
The corporate fallout was a bloodbath of epic proportions. The FDA launched an immediate investigation into the brand. The massive conglomerate had to issue a global recall, refunding over $30 million to furious customers, plus paying millions in class action lawsuit settlements. The CEO of the conglomerate was absolutely enraged. When the internal investigation revealed that Sterling had bypassed proper R&D vetting because he was sleeping with the brand owner, Sterling was fired immediately. He was stripped of all his stock options and personally sued by the conglomerate for gross negligence and breach of fiduciary duty. He was financially ruined. Chloe's brand was completely vaporized. Her reputation as a beauty mogul turned into a global punchline. She was legally forced to declare bankruptcy. During our divorce, she had no money to fight me. Her influencer career was dead, and her company was a toxic liability.
It's been 2 years since the green sludge incident. 6 months after the scandal died down, I approached a rival cosmetics conglomerate. I showed them my patent for the actual, stable formula. Because they knew how popular the product was before it was sabotaged, they bought the patent from my holding company for $12 million. I bought myself a state-of-the-art private laboratory. I formulate products on my own terms, and I own 100% of my intellectual property. Last I heard, Chloe is working as a retail associate at a makeup counter in a suburban mall. She has to wear a name tag and sell other people's products to customers who occasionally recognize her and laugh. Sterling is working as a mid-level manager at a logistics company, driving a Honda Civic instead of a Tom Ford suit. If there is a lesson to be learned here, it's this: never steal a recipe from the chef who cooks your meals. If your partner tries to use your intellect to build an empire and then tries to lock you out of the castle, don't fight them for the keys. Let them steal the blueprints. Just make sure you change the math on the load-bearing walls and watch the whole thing collapse on top of them. Thanks for listening to my story. If you enjoyed this one, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what's the worst product failure you've ever seen? Stay smart and always trust the chemistry.